My name is James Bond. We're the Mingus Union High School Select Women's Ensemble from Cottonwood, Arizona. We're singing two pieces. We're singing Wie lieblich sind deine Wohnungen, which is How Lovely is Thy Dwelling Place from the Brahms Requiem, followed by Sinnerman, a traditional spiritual arranged by Kirby Shaw.
Thank you. Articulation can give you power and give you energy And it doesn't always have to come from right here. So as I was sitting and listening to you, I know you know all of this. And most of the time when I talk to choirs, I'm saying the exact same thing their teacher has said to them.
Did you say a Henderson?
So we all know that the tone has to start on the breath, right? But sometimes it felt like the tone was starting right here with you ladies. And I call that a throaty sound that can sometimes get in. It's me, you're going. No, I mean, it's just good to talk about this stuff, right? It's good to talk about this stuff. So remember, even though you're acting like crazy down here, this has got to be totally relaxed and totally free. And I have a word I use with my choirs. I call it duckying. You guys know what duckying is? No. Have you ever watched a duck floating on a lake, and it looks like it's doing no work at all? But do you know what's happening underwater? Right? So whenever I hear my choirs crossing the line, and I call it the beauty circle, you're allowed to sing loud as long as you don't go out of the circle of beauty. Okay? And everybody knows where that is in your own individual voice, right? In fact, I bet you know a group this size, you probably know where it is in your neighbor's voice. Right? You might know where it is in your neighbor's voice even more than you know where it is in yours. But we all know where that is, where my volume starts getting so loud that I've stepped outside of the bounds of beautiful. And I would just remind you, dynamics are all relative. A forte for me may not be a forte for the person next to me. And just because the person next to me can sing a forte this big doesn't mean I have to oversing, because as soon as I do that, then we can cross the line outside of that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You guys are smart singers. They're very smart singers. At least they're shaking their head and making me feel like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, in the German piece, for example, sopranos, and you guys have a lot of that's okay. Because I'm just going to demonstrate.
Oh.
I'm just saying a little bit of English in there because I don't know the German memorized. But did you notice I kept this totally relaxed? I did no work from here. Let me do that again. Just want you to, and I want you to actually sing it with me. Why not, where are my sopranos? Okay, so sopranos, can we start as measurement 101? Okay, let's try it one more time. This is just a big stovepipe. No work here at all. No work here. Okay? Ready? Work like crazy. Get the little ducky feet going. Go. Stop. Can you work less up here and more down here? You
gotta listen.
Yeah, just let go of it up here. Just let go. Do you notice what I'm doing? And the other thing I'm doing is, I'm not pronouncing the words quite so much like this at the top. I'm not chewing them out. Instead, I'm just kind of floating and almost kind of modifying those words. Because I have to keep everything really open here. Okay, you want to try that once more, sopranos? Lower parts. Wow, you guys have power. Unbelievable. So make sure the same thing with you. Just don't look good right here. It's only down here so we can flow. The other thing that's going to help this piece is what I would refer to as word stress. So for example, everything doesn't get equal stress. I didn't go, believe this in okay? So do you notice? It's, in fact, particularly in German, I heard a little bit of it's these and the way to get that is not to change your pronunciation so much, it's to de-stress it. Dine. And do this with your hands.
Dine.
Now do this. Dine.
Dine.
Now you sound like Germans.
Stop.
Speak, just speak the words. And I want you to do this kind of word stress, de-stress. Here we go. Actually, I would do this. So we're not doing quite so much of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, so what it does is it takes this piece that could tend to be very notey and makes it this way. Right? So everything does have to be, so everything does exactly the same. Can we start then from the beginning and just do what I do with my hands? And now we're in the key. Ready and go. So it's more nuanced because you have such a good sound. So I would just go for that and keep it really relaxed. So you don't sound at all like it's down here. Got it? Okay.
Thank you so much.